Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Paramagurubhyo Namaha. Shri Parameshti Gurubhyo Namaha. Now we are coming to the end of 8th chapter of Ashtavakra Gita. That is the 4th shloka. As I mentioned before, 6th and 8th chapters have only 4 verses. This verse reads as Yada naham tada moksho Yadaham bandhanam tada Matveti helaya kinchit Ma gruhanami munchama. What is this? If I is not there, that is the liberation. Here this I represents to the body, mind, intellect, chitta, ahankara and all indriyas. As long as it is there, that is bondage. If it is not there, that is liberation. Having known this, having understood this, and being aware of it, one should not get attached to anything. At the same time, one should not refuse anything. That is, you neither get attached nor get detached. You get attached, still it is to be detached. Really, it is a wonderful verse. One should not get attached to anything. At the same time, one should not refuse anything. Body, mind, intellect, chitta, ego, and all sense organs, and even karmendriyas also. If we understand this as I, then only it is possible to get attached or to refuse. If we understand all this as I, then only it is possible to get attached or refuse to get attached. And if all this is not I, that is, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the chitta, I am not the ego, I am not these organs, sense organs. If then that comes to, it is not at all there. There is no attachment or there is no refusing it, rejecting it. The same sentence may also be understood the other way. Not refusing to enjoy all the materialistic comforts or discomforts, but not getting attached to it. is the liberation. This is how this can be understood. One need not refuse to enjoy all the comforts of the materialistic world. Also not refuse all the difficulties and sorrows of this world. But not getting attached to it is the liberation. So, the next question before us is, what are these materialistic comforts or discomforts? What are these enjoyment and what are these sorrowful things in the materialistic world? Simple. The eyes will see all the beautiful things and also the ugly things. Similarly, ears will be listening to all pleasantness and also the unpleasantness, and similarly the nose smells both good and bad smells, and the tongue tastes everything: sweet, salt, sour. Why not? It's already mentioned Shadrasas, all 6 different tastes it tastes. And the skin will have all the comfort of the touch, also discomfort of the touch, feels hot and also cold, whatever it is. All these are attributed to materialistic enjoyment and materialistic sorrows, difficulties. Yes. How do we experience this materialistic happiness or enjoyment or the difficulties? The answer is simple. It is only through our mind. In fact, one cannot refuse to enjoy these things or suffer the difficulties. It's not possible. All these are there and you have to accept it and enjoy that comfort, enjoy that happiness, and also suffer the difficulties. Okay, then we are not refused it. Agree. Then we should not get attached to it, how it is. Now we should see the 3rd verse of the same chapter, which I said, Tada bandho yada chittam saktam kashvapi dustishu, tada moksho yatha chittam asaktam sarva drustishu. Very simple, it has told. When chitta is attached to sense organs, that is the bondage, otherwise it is liberation. I don't repeat what was already said in the 3rd sloka. Unless the experience of the sense organs is passed on to chitta, it is not stored there. It is at the only mind level. It doesn't go to chitta and doesn't store there, then there is no question of attachment. So mind has become silent. So it is enjoying everything, but it is not passing on to chitta, and then there is no attachment. Maybe this is what our modern spiritual masters telling us live in present. Exactly that is what it is. When you live in present, you enjoy everything and don't pass it on, don't carry over or don't look back. No future, no past. Live in present. Then exactly you enjoy or suffer at that point of time and don't carry over. Once you carry over, store it in chitta, that is a bondage. This can be explained with an example wherein if you ask a student after coming from his examination, two things. When he had written some objective questions wrongly, he will be telling, he or she, whatever student will be telling that, oh, I wrote wrong, now I remember it. That means the chitta was not able to supply him the information when he wanted. That's okay. There's one thing, he will not know the answer at the time of examination, also now also. He says very clearly, even now I don't know the answer. That means the chitta has not stored the information. So like this, without our knowledge, we also keep it. So many things not passed on to chitta. So it's not attached. But it is difficult to explain. More I try to explain about not getting attached and also not refusing to accept, not refusing to enjoy the comfort or discomfort, it becomes more difficult to explain. The subject becomes more complex. As such, it is more complex. Don't get attached to, but don't refuse also to enjoy. So it's very difficult to explain by words, sentences. So it's only an experience. The only difference here, what I find is, enjoy every bit of the life, comforts and discomforts, sorrow, happiness, but get detached from it. That's fun. Here, what is one step ahead it is. That is, you cannot refuse to accept all these things. It comes there. You cannot say, don't want. You enjoy that. That means you don't run away. Exactly, that is exactly the meaning of it. Don't run away from the family, from samsara. You be there. You can't say no to all. You have everything. Enjoy every bit of it when it comes to. Suffer also when difficulties comes to. But not to get attached to it. That's exactly this shloka is telling. So it's very clear. One should not run away from the society and live in Himalayas. No, I don't say it's wrong or right. I'm talking about only the Ashtavakra Gita here. That means you can't refuse it. You don't run away from all the enjoyment or all the sufferings. Go have it. Be here. Have everything. But don't get attached. That is exactly the liberation. This, once again, as I told before, cannot be explained by words. It's an experience. One should experience it. Okay, always some people ask me the question, is this chitta is the same as subconscious mind, which is known by the modern psychiatrists? No. I say no. According to me, the modern psychology is yet to understand what this chitta is, or I'm not even sure whether they have tried to understand what chitta is. First and foremost is the body, mind, intellect, chitta, ego, sense organs, and all other organs. All these are not I. All these are not I. That awareness. It is not the knowledge. That awareness has to come first. We should be aware that I am not the body. I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not chitta, I am not ego, I am not. So, Shankaras, Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chittani Naham, Nacha Shrotra Jihve Nacha Grana Netre. That we should recollect now. So that awareness first it has to come. Once we understand that, it is very easy not to get attached to all the enjoyment and discomfort, sufferings of this materialistic world. So, to get not attached to that, one should have the knowledge, awareness. So, what is that? It has been, what is the knowledge, jnana? It has been explained very well in Ashtavakra Gita, 6th chapter on the 4 shlokas. The 6th chapter has told what is Vijnana. And the 8th chapter is telling what is bondage and what is liberation. So, these 8 verses of Ashtavakra Gita is the essence of the Ashtavakra Gita, according to me. And we have voluminous literature from our ancient rishis, ancient scholars, on all those enlightened masters. They have given us voluminous literature. But finally, all that reduced to the meaning of these 8 verses. What is Gnana? Understanding of what is the knowledge, and what is liberation, and what is bondage. Is told very clearly in just 8 verses. I also remember now Sri Swami Vidyaranya in his Jivan Mukti Viveka. There also he has mentioned who is Jivan Mukta. That I have posted in the blog also. So even that speaks same thing only. When you talk about Jivan Mukta, exactly the same thing. Whichever the literature we find, finally the same thing. There is one I found, Jivan Mukti Gita. In some time or other, at the appropriate time, I will also try to explain this Jivan Mukti Gita. There's a Gita. That will be same thing, but still, at some time or other, I will try to explain that. That's also known as Moksha Gita, also known as Jivan Mukti Gita. We will see that later. What seems to be impossible, becomes very easy by practice. What seems to be impossible, I am repeating, not impossible. What seems to be impossible becomes very easy by practice. Some 10-15 years back, I think many of us may recollect this. In villages and also on the streets of the towns, there is a kind of people we are called Dombaru. I don't know what in English. They make their own children to walk on the rope. It's a small rope it is. Very thin rope. They tie 2 poles at the height of about 10-12 feet. Tie the knots, both ends, the thin rope, and make their own children to walk. It is, when you look at that, it is impossible for us. But those children, they never felt that is for them, it is a play, it's a game for them. That's how they behaved when they walk on the thin rope. Why? Because when the children started practicing that, they didn't know it is danger, because such a small age, there is no message from chitta to mind that it is dangerous. No. Then continuous practice. That made them, it's a game for them. It's a play. I also quote one more example. If you look at a cobra, without having an idea in your mind implanted that is poisonous, it's a very beautiful creature. It's really a beautiful creature. When we see that beauty will go out of our mind, that poison comes to our mind. So that's we are frightened with that. I'm sure a small baby in whose chitta it is not stored about the snake, particularly the cobra, if it is kept in front of that, definitely it will enjoy that cobra dance. Or shaking his hood, it's a wonderful thing. The baby will be enjoying it because it has no idea of the poison in it. So all depends on the perception. That is what is stored in our chitta. So to become liberated, to get liberation, one should get that knowledge, what is explained in the 6th chapter. That then how it comes? The whatever that is stored in chitta has to be washed off, erased. That is called chitta shuddhi. The cleansing of chitta. That is, nothing is there. Shuddhi means clean, nothing is there. Unless we do that, we don't get that knowledge, what is mentioned in 6th chapter. We all know that one must unlearn to learn something new. Unlearning is most important. Unlearning is more difficult than learning. We have seen many, who rides motorbike and then straight away they get into motor car driving. We have seen many accidents because instead of brake, they press the accelerator because they are used to apply brake in the leg. So leg accelerator, they push it, and we have seen that many accidents took place because the bike rider has not unlearned that accelerator and brake both are in motor car, whereas only brake in the motorbike. Then how to get this chitta shuddhi? It is very, very easy, sir. Mantra yoga is the easiest way for chitta shuddhi. Once we achieve that chitta shuddhi, once we cleanse that chitta, then the true I is known. We will have the awareness of the true I. Then, once we know that, aware of the true I, then it is very easy to enjoy all the comforts of this materialistic world, also suffer all the materialistic difficulties, still don't get attached to that. That is called liberation, Jivan Mukti. As I said before, though we have voluminous literature on Jivan Mukti, the liberation, whatever they told is same thing what is told in this 8 verses of Ashtavakra Gita, and also what is told in Shankara Bhagavat Padas, Nirvana Shataka and Manisha Panchaka. Everything is same. So what is required is not going to reach that all voluminous literature on Jivan Mukti. What is required is start practicing it. Start practicing it. Otherwise, we will have voluminous information. Finally, this is only information available in different words and languages and different sentences. So we become only ocean of bookish knowledge. But what is needed is the practice. That should start. Better late than never. So far, we are not started. Let us start today, this minute. Even the modern corporate masters also suggest that the problem solving is possible only when you come out with preconceived ideas in the mind. They give a lecture on that for worst weather. It's not wrong. I'm not telling it's wrong. I'm telling same thing. Unless you empty what is stored, we cannot put new thing there. Even it applies to also materialistic life. That's why the modern corporate gurus talk about that. Let us begin today to clean all that dust. Let us wash that. And let us make that chitta so clean. Try to make it clean. Wash. Let us begin washing it. To keep it clean. And let it start with the grace of Guru Mandala. Let it start. Now, from this moment, that is bhukti and mukti. That is the means for materialistic comfort, materialistic enjoyment, and also Jivan Mukti. That's why Lalita Mahatripura Sundari, Bhukti Mukti Pradayini. Now, before coming to an end, let us chant all the 8 slokas. Akashavadanantoham ghatavat prakritam jagat इति ज्ञानं तथैतस्य न त्यागो न ग्रहो लयः महोदधिरिवाहं सप्रपञ्चो वीचिसन्निभः इति ज्ञानं तथैतस्य न त्यागो न ग्रहो लयः अहं सशुक्तिसङ्काशो रूप्यवद्विश्वकल्पना इति ज्ञानं तथैतस्य न त्यागो न ग्रहो लयः अहं वा सर्वभूतेषु सर्वभूतान्यतो मयि इति ज्ञानं तथैतस्य न त्यागो न ग्रहो लयः तदा बन्धो यदा चित्तं किञ्चिद्वाञ्छति शोचति किञ्चिन्मुञ्चति किं गृह्णाति चिद्दृश्यति कुप्यति तदा मुक्तिर्यदा चित्तं न वाञ्छति न शोचति न मुञ्चति न गृह्णाति न हृष्यति न कुप्यति तदा बन्धो यदा चित्तं सक्तं काष्वपि दृष्टिषु तदा मोक्षो यदा चित्तमसक्तं सर्वदृष्टिषु यदा नाहं तदा मोक्षो यदाहं बन्धनं तदा मत्वेति हेलया किञ्चिन्मा गृहाण विमुञ्च मा ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः